Good morning. Craig Howard here. Happy to be with you again this morning. Um, I'm here just 100 yards away from the cabin we're staying at, and right behind me there is a corral, and in the corral is a beautiful paint horse that I tried to coax over with an apple, but it didn't want to. Usually it's very tame and wants to come over and be messed with, but the other horses are right across the way and it doesn't want to leave the other horses, and so it didn't want to come over to me. But I got to thinking about that horse this morning when I woke up, and I thought about how horses are a herd animal and they're also a prey animal, and that means they're very easily frightened. As big as they are, they're very easily frightened. Anything can startle them. A rabbit darting out in front of them. They have to specially train. Back in the day when they rode horses into battle, they had to spend a lot of time desensitizing horses to the dangers of battle and make them so they wouldn't just throw their rider and run off. They were special war horses that were specially trained to handle charging at people and having people present themselves in a threatening way. Horses by nature are a prey animal, and they're frightened, and it takes a lot to make them feel safe. They don't just come up to anybody, generally speaking, unless they've been around a lot of people. But this horse, earlier today, or not earlier today, but earlier yesterday, just comes right, it comes up to you. It's learned to feel safe around people. It's learned that people aren't going to hurt it, and it feels safe there. And it made me think, what is it that makes us feel safe? Where do we feel safe in the scheme of things? And, do we sometimes feel threatened? Do we see ourselves sometimes as a prey animal that wants to run and get away from the danger and all of that? And what are the circumstances where we ourselves can feel safe? And I ran across Psalms 91:2 that says, "I will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust." It was a personal declaration that the psalmist made where he was saying, you know what, God, I feel safe around you. You make me feel safe. And that's pretty special. To feel safe in the presence of God, that's always a place of safety. Even if you're in trouble with God, that's a place of safety. But then I began to think about it a step farther. And I thought, not only am I safe in God's presence, but where else should I feel safe? Who else should I feel safe around? And I began to think, you know what? My brothers and sisters in Christ are people that I should feel safe around. I should feel safe around other believers. I should feel safe in the presence of other believers, and people should feel safe around me. And I asked myself the question, what do I need to do to make sure people feel safe around me? And the answer is, I need to treat them with honor. I need to treat them with respect. And just like I want to be treated with honor and respect, I need to be sure that that's the way I'm treating other people in my life, so that around me they feel safe. They don't all of a sudden feel like a prey animal who is being abused and hurt by me, but they can feel safe and know that they're in the presence of somebody who cares about them, who puts the priorities that God has set for my life to love one another, who puts those priorities first over my own selfish desires. So I have two challenges for you today. The first challenge is, number one, have you spent time in the presence of God this morning? And that place of safety, that place where you can just kind of feel God's love wrapped around you, and you know that you are safe. Have you done that this morning? And if you have, can you transfer that feeling of safety to other people? Can you make them feel safe in your presence? Do they know that God's love is coming from you to them? Feeling safe is a pretty precious thing. It's a pretty special thing. I wish I could have brought the horse up to let you see him, but anyhow, going to be a beautiful day today. Supposed to be up about 80 today, and this is just a beautiful place. I hope a whole bunch of you someday get the chance to come down here and spend some time. Anyhow, you have a great day today. I will see you, Lord willing, tomorrow.